Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Final count underway following Monday's local government election. Celebrations continue in Western parishes following preliminary results. And later in sports, under-20 Reggae boys secure a second straight win in CONCACAF qualifiers. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shamela Pullen. Here are the details. The final count of Monday's local government election is now underway at the Electoral Office of Jamaica, EOJ. The process usually takes at least 2 days before the public gets the final results. But after last night's preliminary results, political analysts have been weighing in. According to the Electoral Office of Jamaica, EOJ, 29.6% of the electorate voted in the local government election on Monday. The results also show the Jamaica Labour Party winning 7 municipalities to the PNP's 4. The PNP's Leon Thomas emerged victor in the mayoral race in Portmore, defeating the GLP's Markland Edwards. Speaking on TVJ's Vote 2024 results show Monday night, political analysts gave their views of the outcome.
Mark Golding and a number of PNP expected the JLP was going to give them a big
better run.
Yeah, a big beating. Yes. They really expected the JLP was going to get a big beating.
Low numbers.
Had the money.
Yes.
Right. Had the money. Yes. Brocard was more popular than Marky G. Yes. Seems to me that Holness realized what the polls were saying and campaigned till 2:30 in the morning and all like that. Serious campaigning was going on. He really pushed it hard. He really worked hard.
Attorney at law and public commentator Daniel Archer says now is the time for the Jamaica Labour Party to reassess what they have been doing.
This is going back to your conversation about how difficult it is to win a third term. What does this mean in terms of their ability to take back some significant losses, appreciate where they are, assess where they are and come forward to secure a third term? Because essentially, this has not been a rejection of the Jamaica Labour Party.
No.
So if it's not a rejection of the Jamaica Labour Party, and you step back and decide, what did I lose? Where did I lose? What were the factors?
They also discussed the future of the Andrew Holness-led administration.
What I think they're going to take from this is that everybody thought, when you saw the numbers and the campaign, that we were going to...
It was a sure thing.
Yes, for the PNP to win. Here we are, standing still. So insofar as that is concerned, Andrew is going to take from... Remember, it's his second term as well. This is his second term.
I know.
So going into a third term. And traditionally, people will be swinging around.
Yeah.
For them to be holding it like this will encourage the Labour base.
Leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, Andrew Holness, has announced there will be changes to the roles of councillors in local government. Speaking at a party press conference Monday night, Mr. Holness says going forward, local government needs to be treated as an entity of the central government. Just minutes after preliminary results of the local government election were announced, leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, Andrew Holness, says he's happy for the elections. Mr. Holness says he's happy because the election gave him an opportunity to look at how local government works and the changes that are needed.
As I go around the country, there is a call for more funding. When you talk to people in local government, it appears to be that the solution is more money. And what I'm picking up from people is that, yes, they want to see more resources, but they also want more service. They want more interaction. They want to see their councillors. They want to be able to lay their complaints. They want more leadership in community issues.
Mr. Holness says a critical part of this reform is to revisit the roles of councillors.
The councillor has to be more of a community leader that brings the community together to find local solutions to the problem. And not just local service problems, but what do we want our community to be? There are so many communities that have great potential, great assets. And the question is, how do you mobilize the stakeholders to utilize those assets to define the community.
He says going forward, Jamaicans should expect a more rounded local government structure.
Local government needs to be treated like another entity of central government and face all the administrative and regulatory procedures and made to comply with them, which is what the Minister of Finance has just said. The fact that you are getting reports that preceded even our term should be carefully interpreted, that much of what you're seeing is not as a result of our term of government, but we are the government that would have put in place the measures to start the accountability.
Meanwhile, PNP President Mark Goldings says his party can now move forward with confidence based on the results from Monday's local government election.
The people have spoken. The PNP is alive and well and strong. I want to dedicate this victory to Sister P, Mama P, one of the children of Michael Manley. And he said to me, NW and Michael Manley are smiling tonight. And I want to say, the next PNP government will govern in the true spirit of the People's National Party as founded by the Right Excellent Norman Washington Manley and as created into a vibrant, massive force by his son, Joshua Michael Manley.
There were wild celebrations in the streets of Sheffield and Little London, Westmoreland Monday night. JLP supporters celebrated with their candidates Ian Miles and Garfield James. The two men secured the most votes at the end of the preliminary counts Monday. James and Miles are former PNP members who crossed the floor in the municipal corporation a few months ago, eventually running on the JLP's ticket.
This started when I reached my lowest ebb with what the PNP, they did to me. I would have said it to a lot of persons, but I've met it here in this parish from the PNPs. And so I would have, guarded my faith. And I'm so closely aligned to God and his purpose for my life. And that is what I've been always saying to you, championing the cause, that he's leading my battle, and no matter what they do, no matter the swing, what the swing is, I'm going to be standing tall. And here we are tonight. The people of Little London, they have a lot to cheer for because their champion will continue to do and put in the fight for them.
Yeah, we took a decision on the basis of integrity and we stood for what we believed in. We communicated this message and decision to the people. They understood why we did what we did. And they came out and supported us and demonstrated that they too will always stand for integrity over any other thing. And that is why we are here today to celebrate with them for what they have done.
Over in Hanover, the People's National Party says it's focused now on the general election. Details in this report.
Jubilation outside the ballot counting center in Lucy Monday night, moments after it was declared that the People's National Party had regained Hanover in the local government election. At the end of the night, it was revealed that the PNP won 6 of the 7 divisions in the parish.
Our organization in Western Hanover, and Hanover overall is the best. It was a parish campaign that we put together.
In Western Hanover, the PNP unseated Jamaica Labour Party's Easton Edwards in the Lucy division, while in the West, they won the Chester Castle division, where the JLP was the incumbent. This was Lucy Mayor Sheridan Samuels when asked about the party's plans going forward.
My immediate plans going in is to ensure that I get out the Jamaica Labour Party out of government, so that the Hanover Municipal Corporation can get a free hand as to how to develop the towns. Because we were sabotaged. We were sabotaged all over.
For her part, Member of Parliament for Hanover Western Tamika Davis says the JLP will be reviewing the results over the next few days.
I don't see this as a referendum per se on what is happening in Hanover Western, because the people have been saying that they have been seeing a difference in terms of work being done and so on in the parish. As I said earlier, I'm trying to, not disconnecting from it, mind you, but certainly I don't know, I'd want to have time to look at the areas specifically to see you know, which PDs voted and why, because you'd have some areas that have certain issues, and I'd want to have time to reflect and analyze to see whether there is a correlation between the voter turnout, the results in certain areas, as opposed to what is happening in the area.
Amoy Harriet, TVJ News.
It's time for a break. Stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson says the local government election was incident-free for the most part. He, however, pointed to the seizure of 3 illegal firearms in separate incidents.
One in which there was a fatal shooting in St. James in Flankers. One where somebody was in the proximity of a polling station and had a illegal firearm on them. He was accosted by the police and arrested. And in another incident where there was a shooting from a car, the car was chased, the car was abandoned, and so we recovered the weapon and the motor vehicle involved in that incident. Outside of that, there were just some minor issues that were quickly dispersed by police responses throughout the country, but not many of them. For the most part, it was a relatively peaceful day.
The commissioner was speaking from the JCF Command Center, which was set up for the purpose of the election. He says the police were able to test new body cam technology.
This is in the headquarters of the JCF. We, for the first time, were streaming live from body cameras into this command center as we test a new type of body camera that we've had with limited deployment so far, but it has been giving good quality images from the ground as we live stream them into this headquarters. So it's the next iteration of the body cam technology.
It's now time for the Business Minute.
The Jamaica Stock Exchange has given Sagicor Group Jamaica the maximum AA rating on its Corporate Governance Index CGI. This is for the 2022-2023 review period. The CGI rating serves as a benchmark for assessing the corporate governance practices of listed companies against international best practices and legal requirements. The JSE determined that Sagicor's performance was excellent, which resulted in an increased rating from A in the prior review period. Further afield, AT&T is reimbursing customers for Thursday's network outage. Tens of thousands of customers last week dealt with error messages or no service connection. The mobile network says it wanted to recognize the frustration the outage caused people. AT&T says it will issue a $5 credit to potentially impacted wireless customers, which it says is the average cost of a full day of service. While regional disruptions to wireless service happens occasionally, prolonged nationwide outages are rare. The Federal Communications Commission says it is investigating the incident. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Kerry-Ann Simpson.
Time now for the top regional and international stories. We head to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your midday sports report with Jermaine Brown.